My point is, you will have a higher valuation if you hop to a ladder that you're number 1, 2, or 3 on than if you're number 7, 8, or 9, even if 7 or 8 or 9 in a giant market. This is something Perry created called the Brand Diamond that I think will just help you also, and we won't do an exercise on it, but generally he liked the character diamond and he thought he should create something to talk about with brands, but I think it's actually really good because it's lots of things, the intangible benefits, the origin story of the brand. The origin story is really, really helpful to see what caused your company to believe that it deserved to come into existence in the first place. Then what's the reputation, how did it evolve, and what's its personality, which is the character diamond. Those are all intangible. Then on the process side, for presence, who are your brand ambassadors and who are the partners that you're willing to partner with? What do you do in terms of presenting the brand and how are you marketing it? And then more on the tangible and benefits for rational benefits. These are logical. What are the function features, the ease of use, speed of results, customer experience, and then emotional or illogical, the internal feeling that you want the brand to evoke in your customer and the people who work with you, the value scale, what are your values, what's the position status-wise, and what are people thinking when they come into the brand at the first point, at the entry point. Like Apple has a great entry point. You know what you're getting when you come right in. The goal, though, ultimately is how can you differentiate yourself? I talked about differentiation as one of the most important things that people look at when they're thinking about buying your company and how you create value, but that people think in ordered lists. People think on a scale of 1 to 10, what are the top 5 this? And you are currently occupying a rung on some ladder somewhere. So to move up, you really only have a few different strategies. You can pay your dues and climb up rung by rung, or you can hop to a different ladder, which is really what differentiation is. Or you can just create a brand new ladder where you're number 1. And I think this is really helpful in showing you that if you're number 72 on the rung, or even number 7, then it's time to create a new ladder. You're going to either create one or hop to one, but you need to figure out how can you get to the top of the ladder. I think the great example of this is beer. So we have beer. It's beer. We're the best-selling beer. So we're 1, 2, 3. But then somebody said, yeah, but we're imported beer. And somebody said, yeah, but we're domestic if you're imported. Now you got new ladders to be on, right? And then somebody said, but we're from Mexico, and we're from Germany, and we're from Japan. We're number 1 in the USA. We're number 1 in Germany, right? We're light beer. We're craft beer. We're beer with an orange, right? But those are brands. There was not a beer with an orange before, but now there is, right? And their number 1 beer with an orange is the people that started the beer with the orange. In fact, there are 32,000 types of beer in over 100 categories, right? So these guys have done a fantastic job of creating differentiation for frickin' beer. Amazon allows you to do this too. So there's over 2,800 categories at the time that I did this, and they were creating them at a really astounding rate. So I don't know how many there are right now. But you can still, when Amazon creates a new category, you can not sell a single book and be an Amazon bestseller. Because the bestsellers are the top, I think it was the top 3 in any category. So when a new category gets created, if you're one of the first people in it, you're instantly, with 0 copies sold, an Amazon bestseller. Little known fact, right? So that is a hack. And it's the same thing, just thinking about how can you differentiate yourself. And if the beer companies can create 32,000 different beers in over 100 categories, certainly you can find a category that you can be number 1 on. But my point is, you will have a higher valuation if you hop to a ladder that you're number 1, 2, or 3 on than if you're number 7, 8, or 9, even if 7 or 8 or 9 in a giant market. You want to figure out how to niche down or niche over, okay?